The room went quiet the moment he said it. My brother's voice cut through the air like glass. She's just here for the money. Dad was going to cut her off anyway. Heads turned. Eyes followed me, waiting for my reaction, hungry for drama. I didn't move. I just stared at him. The same brother who used to hold my hand crossing the street now looked at me like I was a stranger. Then the lawyer walked in, briefcase in hand, expression unreadable. He plugged in a USB and the projector flickered to life. My father's face appeared on the screen, pale, frail, but his eyes still sharp as ever. And then he said three words that changed everything. Check the account. Silence. That's when I knew. It was time. 2 months earlier, he was already circling me like a vulture. It started small, a misplaced document, a forgotten message from the family lawyer. He'd always been jealous. Dad trusted me with the business, not him. I was the calm one, the steady one. He was the gambler, the risk-taker who thought charm could hide recklessness. When Dad got sick, I stayed. He didn't. He only came back when he smelled inheritance in the air. I remember the night he showed up. Expensive suit, fake smile, flowers in hand. For Dad, he said. But the way his eyes lingered on the safe behind Dad's bed told another story. Dad didn't notice. He was too tired, too kind. But I did. The betrayal wasn't loud. It was quiet, efficient. I found the first clue in an email, a transfer request with my forged signature. Then another. My father's assets were being drained, bit by bit, under the guise of tax adjustments. When I confronted the lawyer, he hesitated. That told me enough. My brother had bought him. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just thanked him, walked out, and started planning. I met with Dad privately 2 nights before he died. He was weaker than I'd ever seen him, but his mind, still sharp as a blade. "Dad," I said quietly, "there's something you need to see." He watched the evidence in silence. Every document, every forged signature, every hidden transfer. His jaw tightened, but he didn't say a word. When the last file loaded, he exhaled slowly. "I always knew he'd come for it," he murmured. I didn't ask who he meant by he. I already knew. That night, Dad recorded a video, one that would only play after his death. He looked at me afterward, eyes steady, and said, "Make sure they listen." I promised him I would. After the funeral started, I let my brother talk. He gave a speech, full of lies wrapped in grief. Told stories about our bond, about family loyalty. The audience teared up. I didn't. Then he slipped. "She was never around," he said, looking at me. "She's only here for what's left." That was my cue. I gave the lawyer a slight nod. He walked forward and placed the USB into the slot. The screen came alive. My father's face appeared, weary but resolute. He looked straight into the camera, into every person watching. Check the account. The lawyer turned to the audience. Mr. Reynolds transferred his entire estate 3 weeks before his passing into his daughter's name. My brother's expression broke. The confusion, the denial, the dawning horror. He lunged through the lawyer. Lies! He wouldn't! And revoked all previous joint access, the lawyer continued calmly, including yours, Mr. Reynolds. People started whispering. Cameras flashed. My brother froze. Dad's video continued. "If you're watching this, you've already made your choices," he said, voice calm, cutting. "I raised 2 children. One built, the other stole. I can forgive many things, but not betrayal. To my daughter, protect what's yours. To my son, may this lesson stay with you longer than my life did." The screen went black. And that was it. My brother tried to recover. "You manipulated him," he hissed later, cornering me by the car. His face was red, eyes wild. No, I said quietly. You underestimated him. He wanted to say more, but the cameras were already pointed at us, the whispers spreading. The lawyer had copies of everything. I watched him break, piece by piece, not from rage, but realization. The man who always thought he'd win by deceit finally understood I'd been one step ahead all along. That night, I visited Dad's grave. The air was cold, the soil still fresh. I placed the same pen he used to sign the transfer beside the tombstone. You were right, I whispered. He did come for it. I looked up at the sky, calm. For the first time in months, I felt something close to peace. Justice wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It just needed to be final.